I wonder what that blood splotch is. Let me do what I did last time and look over the tablet first. We did this already, babe. Lawyer man dead. Discovered in boiler room. Kneeling in the water. Fuck. Estimated time of death is approximately 9:35. So gamers are clear. It still pissed me off seeing everything except the cause of death listed, especially when I knew the reason why. Cause of death. When we investigated the W's, yep. He just said this. I'm not saying it again. Tozu's definitely compensating for the killer. Probably because they failed to hide their own tracks. And withdrawing information might be his way of balancing the odds. Bullshit rules. Who's to say they won't be abused? Regardless, Wolfgang's cause of death should be treated as the crux of this mystery. If I can figure out how he died, then everything else should fall into place. I'm calling it electrocution. Alas, poor Wolfgang, the guiding light of the ultimate student, snuffed out in an instant. No use crying over it though, there's a mystery to be solved. Like any true investigation, important evidence won't always be visible on first glance. Should you ever find yourself stuck, press F3 to view the game's controls. By the way, any truth bullets you obtain will be logged into your Tozu trinket, which can be accessed anytime by pressing F1. In case, thank you. Bye-bye. Thank you. Okay, investigation time. What to do first? Well, we gotta... What? Come on. Alright, fine. Oh, that's what you do. That's what I do. Dead bodies make me sneeze. Okay, I'm curious about this. There was blood speckled across the floor. He doesn't seem harmed. Did that come from the killer? I didn't notice it at first due to the room's restricted lighting, but now after my eyes had time to adjust, it couldn't be more obvious.
I see.
Looks like it passes into the hallway too. Ah, see, yeah, someone was running! I completely missed these during the blackout. Speaking of, after the body discovery announcement, everyone barged into the boiler room through this door. Yet those blood spots don't look smudged. I'm guessing they were already dry by the time any of us got here, in which case... Oh, could this be Wolfgang's blood? I doubt it. Until we see his body, we'll see if he's got any blood spots there. Let's talk to you, Winona.
Hello?
Winona, you're still here?
Seriously?
Is there a problem with that? Why does she need to frame everything I say in the worst light? I'm preparing to hold a one-on-one session with Ulysses. I was consulting him about something important before we were interrupted by the announcement. Is that what you were doing before the blackout?
Huh?
Repeat that?
It's simple.
The blackout. Were you still with Ulysses when it happened?
Come on.
You're not speaking any sense. There was no power outage. What? She can't be serious. That blackout affected the entire building unless... Oh, maybe she wasn't in this building?
Anyways.
Let me rephrase. Where were you when the murder happened?
Sheesh.
Where were you? At Cassidy's game tournament in the dining hall.
Oh, really?
Really? Not what I expected.
Let me see.
Ulysses and I spent the morning by the large tree. We stayed there up... What? Sorry? What? We stayed there up to... Oh, sorry. And including the time of Wolfgang's murder, my god. Sounded like she had an alibi then. Cool. As for the location she mentioned, I assumed this entire building complex connected to the one generator. But it made more sense for her that the tree area to have its own separate system, yeah. Hence why she didn't lose power. What about the courtyard though? Was there anyone there at the time of the blackout? Okay. You have an alibi, okay. What about you, Ulysses? Can you corroborate?
Terrible.
The generator there is partially submerged in the water. I think it would be wise to, stay on this platform. Was he worried about the water being electrified? Eva and I managed to stand in it way back when. I don't see why now would be any different. Then again, the generator wasn't damaged last time.
Damn.
Yeah. Since Wolfgang is kneeling in the water, we should avoid touching him.
No,
You don't know for sure if the water's unsafe.
Huh?
What, you want to do your little light bulb trick again?
listen to me.
Before you start making conclusions, you should experiment first. Saying that, Eva walked over to a pile of boxes and pulled out a light bulb. Oh, I see what you're doing. Sure enough, Eva went straight to the edge of the platform and threw the light bulb in the water.
Look,
See, it's not lighting up. That means the water is safe.
Well,
I see. Then I suppose it's safe to inspect Wolfgang.
Okay.
Are you going to? I have my hands full with my book. No, I can't. I think I'll observe from afar instead. Now isn't the time to be listening to your nerves. Oh, he really moved. Let's talk to Jean next. I'll investigate that yellow thing later. Oi, take a whiff of the air. Ain't there something off about it? I followed his instructions and sniffed the air. It smells like burnt rubber. Yep, something fried. Because of the busted generator, yeah, but that's not what I'm talking about. There is another scent, a real bitter one. He might be actually onto something. It's almost like cereal and rubbing alcohol.
Bad news.
Indeed, I'm suspecting a mighty chemical reaction at work. Huh? I've had my fair share of travels across the sea, and I'm no stranger to foul play. There's no stench worse than the one of a disastrous combustion.
It is how it
Thing is, I've got no idea where it's coming from. Really, the smell is supposedly that of a chemical reaction. Where else could it be coming from besides the busted generator? Unless Sean's conclusion about the smell is wrong. I wouldn't put it past him. What? Okay, odd smell has been added to your... Okay. Cereal and chemicals. Interesting. Is that a stun gun? Is that a taser gun? Pretty random thing to be lying around in a crime scene. It definitely wasn't in the boiler room prior to the murder either. Did that mean this taser gun was involved in the murder? On closer inspection, nothing about the gun looked particularly strange. Had it ever been used? I'm pretty sure taser guns dispense some kind of wire when fired. Oh. Nearby was some yellow pieces of plastic on the floor. They were the same shade of yellow as the taser gun. Had these originally been attached to it? I can't tell where they would fit on the gun though. Never mind. What's the point in making guesses, when I can just get him to confirm? After all, someone who's a pro at wielding guns should know better than anyone else. What bits of plastic? I don't know what he's talking about. Like the yellow things. I don't see anything. Aren't you going to investigate Wolfgang? Me?
Yeah.
Who else? Back when we mistook that dummy for a body, you poked it pretty nonchalantly.
Hang on.
That's different. I never thought it was real.
I see.
I see. Now that we're finally advancing in the investigation, her cool composure had all but vanished. Typical, I guess. She can only keep up an act for so long. Alright, can we now move on to him? I'll inspect the... Okay! What's that? Oh. What the hell? Oh, it's been cut! Eh? There's a cord in the water. Judging by the length, I think it's an extension cord. But what the hell happened to the other end of it? There's no internal plug, just a frayed up tip lined with a black substance. Had the cord been burned? I didn't see this cord in the boiler room earlier, so it probably came from someplace else. One of the storage rooms, maybe. It wasn't always in this condition, that's for sure. All the items we've been provided so far, light bulbs, speakers, a fridge, they work perfectly well. So what happened to this cord? Why was it even in the water? Alright, next would be the generator, yeah? Half the generator's internals had melted away, and what still remained was completely singed. Yeah, this was definitely the cause of a power outage. The power outage, sorry. What could have melted the wires though? It looked like a bomb had gone off it here. Okay, so is that the cereal and chemical-y smell?
That's...
Now that I think about it, during the game tournament... Yeah, there was a kaboom, right? Push both joysticks, he triggered it. Yeah. All of a sudden the world around me turned pitch black. There had been a loud boom right before the blackout happened, similar to a firework going off or someone firing a gun. Did I overhear the sound of the generator being destroyed? Nothing else near the dining hall could have made that kind of noise, I don't think. KKK! Generator been added to the toes. If my assumption is correct, the generator would have been destroyed around the same time the murder was committed. That's suspicious as hell. There's no way the two events aren't connected. But I'm also working purely off my memory of the boom. To be absolutely sure, I need to know exactly when the blackout occurred. Is there any way for me to find that out? And be talking to one of the game people? What's this blue thing here? I still don't know what blue means. Oh, what is this? Oh my god, I didn't see that! A knife? What was a knife floating in the water? Why was a knife floating in the water? Sorry. On the blade in the surrounding water, I could make something out. I can see the knife from here, but I can't yet check the body. It's just like, come on. The unmistakable color of blood. There's no doubt about it. This knife must have something to do with the murder, and it's red. It's not pink. Why the knife was here and not actually on the platform, I had no idea. Okay. Knife added to the truth bullets. Borrow from Cub Scouts, added to the scrat-ta-ta-ta-ta. Bruh. Oh, what's this? Shrapnel. Oh, not Ulysses.
Hi.
Why'd you move over here? It's I feel it is highly important we investigate anything and everything we can. That's why I moved over here. To investigate. More like he didn't want to be near Wolfgang's body. It was first for the investigation. Something other than fear appeared on Ulysses' face. It was curiosity.
Eh?
What is it? Look at the floor in front of the door.
That's...
Oh! Oh, okay, yes. This is just a small piece of scrap metal. Even so, it's still part of a crime scene. It necessitates documentation.
That's not important.
Seriously, something this small means nothing. It could have come from the generator or the pipe above us. Ingrid could have been carrying it for all we know. This guy has so much here he could actually document, and instead he's focusing on some flimsy piece of metal. All the more reason to rely on myself. Oh, but it's part of the truth bullets! It looks like a hairpin! Or is it too big for that? Bro, I could barely see that. It's too big to be like a... It looked like a hairpin when you like, stretch it out, but it looks too big for that. Okay, no. I want the shrapnel. Is this the bomb? What is that? Chunks of something red were floating nearby the generator. It almost looked like metal, or maybe plastic. Were these originally part of the generator? The colors and material don't seem to match, though. Oh, we don't even know what it is. Which means... Oh, fuck! Why'd you have to zoom in like that? Just yesterday, Wolfgang was talking with us, eating breakfast with us, being a bitch to me, and now he's dead. Who had the resolve to commit such a needlessly brutal murder? To go so far as to mangle his body. Is it mangled? I couldn't unpack it. I didn't know how to. This wasn't just some dummy I had to investigate. This was a real person. It was so far out of my expertise, let alone my comfort zone.
Hello.
Do you want to expect him? Holy crap, did she really have to scare me like that? Yeah, I do want to expect him. It's just the idea of getting close to him. I'll investigate with you. It'll be easier for both of us that way. Right?
Right.
Right. Alright, thanks. Let's do this. Wolfgang lay completely still, his face frozen in a look of horror. His once bright eyes were shrouded in darkness, and his mouth was open, as if he'd been killed mid-scream. We didn't hear anything, though. We heard the kaboom. And we can hear humming if we put our ear to the vent. We didn't hear, like, screaming or anything. Eva's expression said it all. Wolfgang did everything in his power to make us outcasts, and make the worst of us. At times, I even hated him for it. But this brought no relief to either of us. Wolfgang, what happened in his final moments? What happened in his final moments that left him so terrified? Was it the realization that he was about to die? Mulling over the what-ifs won't bring me any closer to solving Wolfgang's murder. Right now, my focus should be to find evidence. And that begins by investigating his body. Alright. Wolfgang's face. That horrible face. There didn't seem to be any strange markings on Wolfgang's face. However, along the back of his neck was a massive bruise. That looks like a really bad injury. Almost his entire neck is discolored.
Damn.
Right? How did he get this on the back of his neck? Nothing around us seems to have left it. This might sound morbid, but what if it's a sign of his body not that fast!
That's...
Can a body really decompose that fast? It could, or it could not. Probably depends on the environment. As in the temperature? Correct. Cold places are generally better at preserving things than warm, humid areas like this boiler room.
Thinking.
Kind of like dairy products. That's a good comparison. Tone deaf one for sure. Wolfgang didn't have this bruise yesterday at the very least. If he did, it would have been super noticeable. Yeah, true. Turning my attention back to Wolfgang, I caught something else on his body. Near the mark on his neck, but not directly overlapping it. Oh, a red dot. Is that a beauty mark? No, doesn't look like it. The skin around the dot seems to be inflamed. It reminds me of a popped pimple. Ugh. I think he was just injected with something, the sort of wound you could easily inflict on yourself.
So...
Then, you don't think this is related to the murder? It might not be, but
There must be something.
judging by the lack of scabbing, this was inflicted pretty recently, so we may as well keep it in mind. Wolfgang's neck, and the mark? Oh, we're not going to talk about the mark? Wolfgang's neck. Oh, so it's just mentioned. Alright. Wolfgang's body. Now that I think about it, the place where Wolfgang lay was odd. What were the chances he would end up here between the only opening of the fence? The one spot where he could kneel over like this. Was it possible he'd been trying to climb up onto the platform before he died? It's strange why he didn't use the stairs though, and even stranger was that he was even in the water. Oh. His blazer? How do I... You could look at his blazer. Wolfgang's suit was completely crumpled, a far cry from his once clean appearance. Water had seeped into the pants, completely ruining the fabric. Eh? As I leaned in close, I spotted a folded piece of paper sticking out from his back pocket. Oh, is this the envelope? Though it was soaked, it wasn't completely destroyed.
Damn.
I really don't want to touch him, but... With my thumb and index finger, I snatched the paper out of his pocket, taking care not to brush my hand against his body. I gingerly folded open the paper, aware that some of the wetter spots could fall apart immediately, and found a message written inside. Had some very ugly handwriting. Do you recognize it?
No.
This, I'm calling it. This is where the signatures and the report cards come in. I know that Desmond and Kai have some pretty ugly handwriting. Although, at the bottom of the page, fragments of a message were still visible. Secret... Oh. Someone else was having a little secret meeting in here. Doesn't this read a lot like a command? It seems like someone wanted to arrange a private meeting with him here.
I see.
Could that someone have been the culprit?
Not sure.
8:15 a.m. That's a long time before the time of death though. Yeah. Maybe there was a struggle, or maybe Wolfgang arrived late.
There must be something.
Either way, this message is definitely a valuable clue. It's our only insight into Wolfgang's movements before his death. Maybe he died much earlier, but then the killer tried to set the crime scene up into like something where he would have been electrocuted. That's why the taser gun doesn't look like it had been fired. And why the water isn't electrocuted right now. Well, now I really want to know where everyone was at that time. I woke up at 8:30 a.m. this morning, so I was asleep when this meeting was scheduled to happen. It's only 35 minutes before the tournament. Cassidy, Jet, and I would have already been in the dining hall. Mark and I, oh my god, I forgot about you, Mark. Right, setting up the equipment.
That's...
As for the other students, directly asking them where they were at 8:15 a.m. might be risky. Because they would wonder where we got the time from. Exactly, and I prefer to keep this note between the two of us. At least for now. Suspicious note. The handwriting didn't look that bad. Actually, this doesn't really look like Desmond's handwriting. Anyway, this thing about a secret, what do you think that means? Well, I'm not really sure. It could be referring to anything. Let me just... Sorry, let me look at that note again. secret. Da da da. Okay. Anything, huh? You know what it means? I have an idea. The author of this letter might be talking about Wolfgang's blackmail, but you have it!
Huh.
Huh? If they claimed to have it, they could have baited him here without much issue. After all, Wolfgang asked us to meet with the person whose blackmail we had.
Strange.
A derelict boiler room is a pretty ominous place to meet someone, though. It would have been Wolfgang's first time here, too, so assuming he didn't explore this floor beforehand. Either he didn't see the super obvious danger in meeting here alone, or he did realize and just didn't care.
Right.
Right, does that change anything about what I said? Well, duh. If Wolfgang knew the warning signs, his reason for coming might have less to do with integrity,
You see?
and more to do with desperation.
Huh?
Desperation. To know the details of his blackmail.
I see.
It would stand to reason. If only Wolfgang had hidden his note somewhere safe instead of bringing it here. It would have been valuable evidence. I doubt he could have envisioned something like this happening. He was never really on his guard during the killing game, except around you and me, I guess. Alright, his hands next. With the way Wolfgang was slumped over the platform, it almost looked like he'd fallen on top of it.
Focus.
Let me see if his palms are scratched. As I knelt down to take a closer look. Huh? Trickling out from under the cuff of Wolfgang's sleeve and onto the rest of his hand. I saw that in the close-up. I thought it was just the way they drew it, but a strange injury that looked a lot like a tree sapling. Was this a burn mark? Oh! I thought it was maybe poison in the veins. When I looked at Wolfgang's other hand, I saw the same thing. Markings that seemed to extend down the arm. Eva, look at this.
Hello.
Let me see. Yeah, burn marks. That's really horrible. They look like gross little veins. What inflicted them?
That's...
There's a taser a little ways off from where we're standing, but I couldn't find anything to indicate it's been fired. So the only other thing I can think of is the generator.
Is that really true?
Why the generator?
I know.
The thing has clearly been destroyed by something. Maybe Wolfgang got caught in that something and that's how he died.
Not sure.
I'm not sure. The generator seems too far away from where Wolfgang is lying to cause burns like these.
Look
Plus,
at
the
this.
room's water isn't conductive, so electricity couldn't have traveled through it.
Right.
You're right. Anything able to melt the generator's wires would have burnt this suit to a crisp too. Yeah, exactly.
Thinking.
I think Wolfgang received these burns outside the boiler room. There's just nothing here that could leave these markings. As for the actual place he got burned, I guess we'll have to try and find it ourselves. That is, if such a place even exists. While it's possible the generator may not have been involved in the murder, it seemed unlikely that Wolfgang made a detour for the boiler room after being severely burnt. After all, burns like that would definitely paralyze someone. Ooh. Alright. They didn't have any markings on them, still he must have fallen somehow. Why else would he be lying on the platform? Again, dead bodies make me sneeze. That seemed to be everything I could gather.
Hello.
Hey Damon. Since we've inspected the boiler room, we should find the students who left and ask them for their testimonies.
Right.
They went upstairs to investigate Wolfgang Storm, right? Yes, because of what I said earlier. The victim's last known whereabouts are the best place to search for clues.
Okay.
Alright, let's see what they've been up to. Apart from collecting testimonies, there were only two other matters on my mind. One, getting Desmond to inspect the taser gun, and two, pinpointing exactly when the blackout occurred, in case it happened at the time of the murder. I walked over to the boiler room door, which had been left slightly ajar, but as I began to pull it the rest of the way open... Huh? I noticed it. The doorknob, something about it, looked different. Hey, Eva, the doorknob, I think it's been flipped. Flipped? Are you sure? Take a look for yourself. The first time we woke up here, I'm pretty sure this lock was in the inside, not the outside. Oh!
Is that really true?
How would someone be able to flip a doorknob, though?
That's...
By unscrewing it, probably. Okay. Why didn't you say something earlier?
Huh?
What do you mean? This is the first time I've noticed it.
Is that really
Really?
true?
You didn't notice it back when you entered the boiler room with Kai? No, not even then. It was in the dark, girl! It might have been because of the darkness or my own nerves. But back then, I wasn't paying attention to small details like the doorknob. All I wanted was to enter the boiler room.
Anyways,
I know that makes me sound stupid. How? It was dark and you were focused on, I don't know, you heard someone enter the boiler room.
Listen to me.
It's okay. I mean, I probably wouldn't have noticed a doorman had I been there, but that's besides the point. Alright? Anyway, this discovery paints an interesting picture. So he was locked in here? Sorry, is that what it says? Is that what it means? I'm pretty sure this lock was the inside, not the outside. So it was switched to make someone lock the door from the outside. But how come we were able to open it? Since the lock was now accessible from the hallway, you could technically lock the boiler room shut without ever stepping foot in it. Meaning that if you wanted to lock someone inside the boiler room, all you have to do is lure them in and close the door behind them.
Moving on.
Come on. Oh, is it just like the little switchy knock? Yeah? Come on, we need to collect people's testimonies before the investigation ends. Right, let's go. As a million questions rattled away in my mind, I followed Eva out of the boiler room. Oh, hi Cassidy. She seems pretty chill. Actually, Eva, before we go upstairs, it's probably worth checking out the storage closets first. Why?
I know.
I found something in the boiler room that might be related to them. Judging by the length, yep. And it would have come from the storage rooms, yes. An extension cord. We should confirm if it indeed came from the storage closet. Okay.
However,
But first I want to talk to Cassidy.
Come again?
You want to talk to her? Yes, I want to talk to her. Is that bad? She wasn't much help last investigation. Yeah,
Well?
she looked at the ladder and like, I've done my job, bye. Well, any help is better than no help.
Fair.
Alright, I'll talk to Cassidy first, and then I'll investigate the storage closets on this floor. Oh, you want me to talk to her? I thought you wanted to talk to her. Okay. Talk to me, Cassidy. Cassidy was pacing around the hallway with a finger on her chin, seemingly doing nothing. Oh, hey guys! Sorry for not noticing you sooner. I was performing a super sweep down the hallway. That sounds like a lot of words for wandering around aimlessly.
listen to me.
Can you put your sweep down on hold? I have a really important question. Let's hear it. Just don't drag it on too long, okay? Gotta finish my sweep down before time's up.
You see?
Do you remember who attended the tournament? The game tournament, huh? Everyone who was slated to join kept their word, so we had a full house. There were 8 people in total. Jet, Mark, Grace, Jean, Kai, and the 3 of us.
Huh?
Something on your mind? Well, since the murder happened in the boiler room,
Well?
wouldn't that mean everyone in the dining hall has an alibi? Ooh, that's a good point. I didn't even think of that. She's totally right. Yeah, really? Immediately. Come on. I already immediately thought of that. Also, since we split into pairs while investigating those rooms down the hall, every pairing can vouch for each other.
Right.
Right, we all split up. What were the groups again?
Yep.
Jet and I explored Storage Closet B.
Eh?
Storage Closet B.
Check it out.
That's what it's called on the map. Does she mean the map of the on the Tozer trinket? I activated my trinket and sure enough... See? Storage Closet B. There's also Storage Closet A, C, and D. Those are definitely the rooms we explored.
I see.
I see. In that case, Kai and I must have explored Storage Closet C. I remember it clearly. The 2 of us checked the closet above and opposite the one Cassidy searched. According to this map, the only closet to fit those parameters is Closet C. Okay.
Correct.
Grace and I investigated the closet directly next to Davis, so that must have been Closet A,
Yeah.
which leaves Mark and Jean on Storage Closet D. Yeah, that makes sense. Alright. Alright, back to your sweep down. You know, Damo, since you're here.
Question.
Damo, what's next? What's the deal with you in that boiler room?
Huh?
What? When Kai told us party peeps about Wolfie, he said you 2 went inside the boiler room. The heck did you do that for? You were supposed to check the storage closet.
No.
You're not casting suspicion on me, are you? Me? No way! As far as Cass is concerned, everyone is innocent until proven otherwise. I investigated the storage closet with Kai. We just didn't find anything inside.
Anyway,
Although we did hear someone run down the hallway.
Am I hearing
Huh?
you right?
For real? Yeah, no one else heard that? Man, unlucky. All that work for nothing. What's the plan now? Do we just like go back outside? Yeah, man, if you could have, and then you might have bumped into the person. Yep, we heard footsteps.
Doubt
Doing a
it.
little bitch boy run outside. Weird, I don't remember any footsteps.
It's the truth.
I do.
Really?
Man? Eva, did you really? I keep switching between Eva and Eva. Like, I need to make up my mind. Which is it? I heard them while Grace and I were investigating the storage room next to yours.
However,
I just brushed it off as my imagination, though. Guess me and Jet must have been talking over them. Were those footsteps the reason you entered the boiler room, Damo? It's Damon, and yeah. They came from the direction of that room, so I wanted to see what the person was running from.
For real?
Pooey, really? I would have just chased after the footsteps. I mean, entering the boiler room after something like that? You weren't scared a murderer was hiding inside? What I actually discovered wasn't much better. True. When those footsteps, whose footsteps could those have been? That is the question. I don't know why anyone would want to be running around these spooky hallways, let alone in the dark.
what about...
Unless maybe they were looking for a backup generator?
that's not important.
I doubt it's that innocent. Considering the place this person ran away from was the crime scene, those footsteps were probably the killers. You mean fresh off committing the murder?
Right.
Fresh off the murder, or a bit after, depends what time we went downstairs. Either way, whether it was immediately after the murder or not, for a brief moment the only thing separating us from Wolfgang's killer was the storage room walls. Whoa! That's creepy to think about. Footsteps, Susan added to that. Pet, 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 pet. But bit by bit, the mystery slowly unravels. No need to thank me, 'tis all a day's work. She didn't even do anything. It ain't much, but it's honest work. Alright. Now we can investigate, yeah? Okay, this is storage closet A.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's take a look around. Oh, girl. Shiny? What's shiny? Eva, look. There's a rolling pin here, with handprints on it too. Is it a metal one?
Strange.
What are you implying? That someone used this recently, and not for its intended purpose.
I know.
Look, can you see how the handprints are at the base of the pin? You aren't rolling much dough if you're wielding it like a tennis racket, are you? This pin is also really dusty, and if it came from the kitchen, it would be clean like the other utensils here. Yeah, agreed. Not only that,
Jeez.
right, there's a dent on the pin too. Really? On the opposite end of the handprints, can you see it?
Weird.
Okay, yeah, I can see that. Handprints and a dent, that's definitely not a coincidence.
Focus.
Could this pin have something to do with the mark we found on Wolfgang's neck? It was used to knock him out. Oh, the purple one, not the little prick. It would not explain the dent on the pin, but the bruise on Wolfgang's neck. How did it make its way into this closet, though?
Huh?
What do you mean? How did the pin make its way into the closet after the killer used it? Yeah, you were in this closet.
There must
Or
be
whoever,
something.
someone. I mean, if the footsteps Kai and I heard were the killers, they probably chucked the pin in here on their way out.
Absolutely
No,
not.
that's not what happened.
Huh?
Huh? If the killer entered this closet and hid the rolling
Listen
pin,
to me.
Grace and I would have seen them. Crap, of course, she and Grace were investigating this closet at the time. Okay, so I think it proves that the murder happened not just suddenly, not like immediately. It happened before we came down here, is that what it's saying? What if the killer placed the pin in here before any of us came downstairs?
David.
If they were out in the hallway, why didn't they use that as their chance to escape? Damn it, she's right about that too. Could this rolling pin be unrelated? But it lines up so well with the other evidence. Where's the dent? I don't see it.
Moving
Okay, I
on.
don't think there's anything else in this room. Let's keep investigating. One moment she's speaking nonsense, next she's totally coherent. I don't think I'll ever understand this girl. Was this the one I was in?
Interesting.
Map says this is storage closet B.
Right.
Right, the closet Cassidy and Jet explored.
Look.
Do you see that?
Huh?
See what? The box in the corner over there, look. Confused, I turned to where she was pointing. Oh, is this the backup generator? I think I know what it is.
Yeah.
A generator, right? The one you were referring to during the blackout.
Correct.
Yeah, exactly. Since I've explored these rooms before, I knew one of them had a backup generator.
That's...
If this closet has the backup generator, wouldn't that mean the ones who restored the power?
Thinking.
Well, if Cassidy and
thinking.
Jet were the only people who entered this room, then they're the people who brought the power back. Damn, I'm surprised those two actually knew how to navigate a generator. I'm sure Jet, you know, kind of would know. Alright? Is this C? Oh, God, I don't remember at all what the fucking backdrop of our closet was. This is a closet Kai and I explored. It was hard to get a good look at the contents in the dark, but seeing it now,
I see.
there doesn't seem to be anything important here. Think I can move on. Okay. Okay. My current sus is on Desmond because of the poor handwriting note, apparently, although the picture of it doesn't look that bad, so I'm a bit confused.
Look.
I think it's just purely based on that. I have no other susses. This is storage closet D.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mark and Jean explored this one. Let's see what I can find here. Is there anything weird about this room?
That's...
I think I see something behind the pile of boxes. I stood on my tiptoes to get a better look and...
Jeez.
Ah, so they really are here.
Well,
What's here? Extension cords, a whole bunch of them.
strange.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, and these are definitely the same type of cord I saw in the boiler room. Only difference is these have their other half intact. Huh, the internal plugs are pretty slim compared to the other kinds of cords. The fact these cords match the ones in the boiler means the killer must have rummaged through the closets for equipment. For what reason they needed the cord, I had no idea, but this was still a step in the right direction. Coolio. Updated. Besides that box of cords, nothing else about this room is standing out to me.
So.
Do you want to move on?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go. We've looked through all the closets now.
So.
Did you find anything you needed?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. The rolling pin, the stack of extension cords, there's no doubting their relevance to the case. At least based on what I've investigated so far.
Anyway.
Eva, let's go upstairs and collect more testimonies.
Where?
Finally. Her little raspy voice is growing on me too. It's all something you would hear from the heroines in the other games. What? What, there's more here? Do I need to talk to Eva? Or is there a clue? Oh! Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. There's dried blood on the floor. For some reason, it seemed to pull right around this particular spot. Dried blood. Like in the boiler room.
Eh?
You noticed the blood in there.
Correct.
I noticed you noticing it.
I see.
I see.
So.
So, who do you think left all this blood behind?
Focus.
Well, it can't be Wolfgang, can it? Considering the sort of injuries he sustained, it wouldn't make sense for him to have spilled a lot of blood.
There must be
Which
something.
means the only possibility we're left
What
is
could it be?
the blood belongs to someone else, the killer. Can we just look through who was injured? Yeah, exactly. If I didn't notice the blood here, would you have pointed it out to me?
Eh?
Eh? I would have pointed out to you if the roles were reversed. That way you know not to step on it.
Right.
Sure, I'd point it out.
Thanks.
Thanks. Alright, can we go now? Or do we still have to talk to her? It's not really necessary, is it? Okay, good. Someone is injured. And it would likely be the killer. Okay. That's why it takes a while, because it's the dialogue. As Eva and I emerge from the basement on the lookout for anything which could aid us in our investigation. Oh.
Eh?
Eh? Right in front of us, a flustered Eloise was huddled with her back to the wall, standing next to her.
Yeah.
Sup you guys? Might want to lower your voice around here. Some stuff has happened. Oh god, what?
What could it be?
Don't tell me there's another murder. Is something wrong? Sorry, Eloise had a bit of a frightening experience recently.
You think?
I think we all have. Well, yeah,
No
the scene
kidding.
downstairs is bad, but I'm talking about something else. What is it, baby? After Tozu left, we tried going inside Wolfgang's room to look for clues, but the moment we stepped in, she suddenly pounced on me. She dragged me out, and Desmond ran after us. I hadn't been able to get my heart to stop beating so quickly since. Hold on, this she you're referring to. Yep, it's Grace.
Shit.
Okay. She'd been guarding Wolfgang's dorm ever since she kicked us out. Grace was blocking access to Wolfgang's dorm? What the hell? We can't let her bar us from entering his room. The class trial could start at any moment. That's what I tried telling everyone else, but they pretty much gave up. What? Jet and Mark went into the dining hall. Diana went to the laundry room. And Toshiko and Ingrid went to the courtyard. Eloise and I, though, we're not gonna let this slide. We've gotta get inside the dorm room, so we've been brainstorming other ways to approach Grace.
Think about it this way.
And we've landed on something. Performing a brief inquisition. If Grace doesn't want to cooperate, we'll start badgering her with questions, poke at her ego until it eventually retreats.
Safety first.
If you want, you can join us. A debater must be good at dishing out verbal beatdowns, yeah? You have good roast in store, yeah? I did come in to inspect Wolfgang's dorm, so I might as well. No worries, I got a Rolodex of spicy comments, just locked and loaded. If that's the case,
I'm out.
I'll go to the dining hall and ask Jet and Mark for their testimonies.
Eh?
You're not coming along? You don't want in on this?
Where?
Grace isn't someone I'd like to be around right now. You three can handle her. Something tells me she's just afraid of her talent being mocked.
Right.
No sweat. Have fun with Jet and Mark.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Eva left in the direction of the laundromat, clearly taking a long route to the dining hall. Should we approach Grace then?
Totally.
Yeah, let's not waste any time.
Okay.
Right, okay. Do you want to take the lead, Damon? Oh, sure. I wasn't going to admit it to either of their faces, but their plan would seem pretty half-baked. Not because I was going to face off with Grace, but because she was too. How could a bumbling person like her be of any help in a verbal showdown? If anything else, she'll probably make us look uncoordinated. Guess I'll have to do most of the heavy lifting here. Since Grace was guarding Wolfgang's door, she should be right around the corner. Right there, yeah. Alright. I wonder why she was staying with Wolfgang. I wonder if she has like some private stuff in there. Or what? Are you concerned with his privacy? She was pretty mad when he died, so... Don't you two yuppies get it? You're not coming in. Hang on, we're not here for that. Damon just wants to ask you a question.
Back off.
He isn't coming in either.
Jeez.
Why not? I need to investigate Wolfgang's dorm room.
Soybean.
Back off, Soybean! His room is none of your business. It's all of our business! Except it is. I have to search his last known whereabouts, which includes his dorm by default.
See that?
What if I said I'd done the job for you?
Come again?
As in, you've searched the room? Well, you need someone to corroborate your findings. High and low. Wanna know what I found? Nothing. For us to believe that, we need to see it ourselves.
Oi!
You think I'm lying?
Just saying.
There's a chance you could be, unfortunately.
Eh?
Think about it. You haven't given us any reason to believe you. Someone who's got nothing to hide wouldn't be acting so protective right now, you know? It gives the impression there's something you really don't want us to see.
Anyway.
Also, couldn't this be considered breaking the rules? Tozu wants this game to be fair, but being prevented from searching every room doesn't seem very fair.
Don't test me.
Even if it is, what are you gonna do? Fence your ass! Yeah, get some golf clubs and they'll just fence here! I'll report it to Tozu. Huh? She's a snitch.
Makes sense.
Nice idea. What do you say we look for him now? If Tozu agrees this is sabotage, he might call Mara to help. Oopsie daisy. Oi, it's not sabotage. I'm not hiding anything about the murder. Don't try and get me involved. Desmond never mentioned Wolfgang's murder.
Anyway.
Look, just let us into the room. If you're telling the truth, we'll drop our suspicions.
Gotta stay one step
The
ahead.
reality of the situation is, we gotta invade Wolfgang's privacy if we want to know what happened to him. He would want to investigate our dorms if it was anyone else who died. Grace stood there silently gritting her teeth, then stepped away from the door. The girl! So all Eloise had to say was, I'll snitch, and then she really got her, like, oops, okay. Whew. Okay, she actually was the one who... Sweet, thanks Grace. With signs of relief, we entered Wolfgang's dorm. So she was protecting his privacy. Was that what you were all about here? Does she actually have a soft spot? What? Whoa, man! Woo! Look at this room. So this was Wolfgang's dorm. I love that they're all different and not the same. While some of my expectations were correct, a lot about the room still surprised me. I anticipated the layout resembling my dorms and the decor reflecting his talent. What I didn't anticipate was how messy it was. Well, maybe not messy, just really casual. A room that clearly been well lived in.
Oi,
Don't
here.
move things around when you inspect them. I want to keep the room as it is. Aw, they have a bear? That's not fair, I want a bear. To be honest, I'm not sure why I was even surprised. I want to look at the bear. Is this your bear? A large toy bear adorned the bed. Something tells me this didn't belong in the room originally. Well, she likes bunnies. Maybe she likes cute things secretly. That's the tie. Clothes. Clothes were scattered across the room, including a familiar woman's jacket. Nothing about them looks suspicious. Is that purple thing hers too? Or is that, his tie? Can I look at the calendar? What did he have? What's the picture? Okay, a lumberjack. Wolfgang also had a pin-up calendar in his room. This isn't what I should be focusing on during a murder investigation. Yep. No distractions. We gotta look in. We'll look at that later. So they all have different ones despite it being the same month. That's funny. Clothes. Sofa. An intricately padded couch was side by side with two red sofa chairs. Even the throw pillows seemed to be arranged in just the right way. Alright, let's talk to Grace. Like, wait, is the desk? Nope, okay, the desk is fine. Let's talk to you, girl. What are you thinking about? We're not here for that, my ass.
Hi.
Hey. Normally she'd be meeting my eyes.
Quit it.
I know you suspect me. I can tell by the look on your face. No, she was with us the whole time in the tournament. She's like, she got an alibi, you're fine. But I don't know anything about his death. To be in the dark like everyone else about a person she was so close to. Damn it, get a grip on yourself, Damon. Getting soft? Grace can claim to know nothing about the murder, but what about everything before it?
Anyway.
So I heard a rumor you became Wolfgang's new bunk buddy. Oh yeah, he listened in on that, but he wasn't present because he was hiding. This room seems to confirm that. How was he in the morning? Grumpy? Happy? Sick.
Eh?
Huh? We were planning to go to the game tournament. Oh, he woke up with an ache in his stomach. He woke up sick? If you're telling me the truth and Wolfgang planned to attend the tournament,
That's not it.
why did he say the opposite yesterday? Admittedly, I'm also a little hesitant about attending. I'm not sure if I'll have the time for it. I wonder if that prick then, in his, the neck, I wonder if that was either the medicine or was what made him sick. From what I remember, Wolfgang said he'd be too busy to attend the tournament. More like he wanted another round at the pachinko machine.
Watch and learn.
I would know. I interrogated him after breakfast.
No.
What? That's seriously what he meant? Oh, he's a gambling addict.
Yeah.
That is that what? Oh, is that what our blackmail is all about? Like, oh, you're just father like son, because the dad's maybe a gambling addict. Yeah, huh? Which is why I told him, hey, no, let's do the tournament. He was a bit finicky at first, typical for a soybean, but he eventually caved. Wolfgang was a pachinko player. I'm not sure I can believe that. Then again, some of the paraphernalia, in his room looked neither golf nor law related.
Okay.
Alright, so based on what you're saying, Wolfgang agreed to attend the tournament yesterday. However, come this morning. Wolfgang remembered the pirate was attending, so he suggested I track down that guy and partner with him instead.
Right.
Right, because you need to bring a partner to the tournament. Wolfgang. He knew I was miffed about it. His smile said as much. But I walked out the door anyway.
Dumbass.
Wolfgang said he was too sick to get out of bed, so I walked away. If Wolfgang really had been bedridden, how did he wind up in the boiler room? He was faking it. Either he didn't come of his own volition, or he was never sick to begin with. By the look on her face, I could tell Grace realized the same. With all that said, it wasn't like Wolfgang to hide anything. For a guy who's so gung-ho about honesty, you'd think he would confide in the person he's closest to. Did the letter I find in his blazer pocket have something to do with it? At the bottom of the page, fragments of a message were still visible. Secret, 8:15 a.m. Close the door. And close the door. Ah, so they instruct him to close the door and then someone just locked him outside. Like, oh, okay. Doesn't this read a lot like a command? It wasn't the killer who closed the door. Interesting. While only a few words were legible, a lot could be gleaned from them. For example, that mention of a secret. Did the rest of the note elaborate on it, or was the word alone enough to scare Wolfgang? Maybe he wanted to shield Grace from the information he couldn't handle. Or maybe he simply didn't want her to know. Whatever the reason, Wolfgang Akiri deliberately hid information from someone. Ironic, huh? Yeah, fucking on our backs about this shit, and then look at them. Fucking hypocrite! Ultimate hypocrite. Eloise, you kinda slayed, playing the snitch card. Eloise was kneeling on the floor, sorting through Wolfgang's bed ottoman, with a serious look on his face.
Hi.
Her face, sorry. Hey, can we talk for a second?
Give me a moment.
Okay. She closed the ottoman and stood up, wearing the same nervous expression she always did. Is there something wrong? I wouldn't know your whereabouts during Wolfgang's murder. Oh. When the murder happened, I was with Desmond in the courtyard.
Eh?
The courtyard? Okay, so my thoughts on him... kind of... yes? You can ask Desmond to confirm if you're confused. No, I'm fine.
It's simple.
Let me just ask this. What were you doing during the blackout? Blackout? Yeah, you did experience it, right?
That's not...
No, I don't think there was ever a blackout. She was in the courtyard, outside! We were only alerted to the murder because of Tozu's announcement.
I see.
I see. So my theory was right. If Winona never experienced a blackout in the tree room, and Eloise never experienced a blackout in the courtyard, I guess the dome is what he's thinking about. Both those buildings must be connected to an entirely different power source. Okay. Thank you for clearing that up, girlie. Alright, Desmond. What's on your mind? I am kind of sussing you first. Sorry about that, mate. What's up, Damon?
Hi.
Hey, can you check something out for me? Ooh, the taser, yeah.
Easy
In
enough.
here, or
That's not
in
it.
the boiler room? I found a taser gun in there.
Are you for real?
I can't tell if it's been fired or not. I don't think it has, but I want to know for sure, because if I'm wrong, this taser gun was used. It might clue us into the nature of Wolfgang's death.
No kidding.
What were we talking about? What? Oh, sorry. What we're talking about is that big a deal, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, since you're skilled at using guns, I figured.
All good.
No sweat. I'll see what to it once I'm done here. Thanks for the heads up, Damon. Well, that's all I could find. Why was Grace so antsy about people entering? There didn't seem to be anything suspicious lying around here. In any case, I'm done here. I should head to the dining hall. I'm pretty sure that's where Eva said she was going. I guess it was just like her not wanting the place to change. She didn't want people like rummaging, messing up shit. Is she gonna stay in that room? Imagine. That'd be so sad. Oh, we're here now. Woohoo! Thank you for skipping the walk. As soon as I entered the room, Eva walked over to me.
Hello.
Hello. I finished talking to everyone else here. Anything important?
Rage.
Nothing important. I don't think Jet and Mark are taking this seriously. This might end like the mock trial where only a couple of people know what they're doing. Does she really think so? While that information definitely didn't bode well for me, I couldn't afford to be discouraged by it. Not unless I want to die in this game.
Focus.
I'll see if I can make those two talk.
Thanks.
Good luck. Alright, Jet. Come on. Talk to me, buddy. Yeah, is it me? Or is there something funky about this place?
Come again.
What? I don't know, man. Everything feels kinda off. I can't place why, though, and it's bugging the crap out of me. Like in this room? Sounded like he just felt uncomfortable being here. Guess I can't blame him. With the turn things have taken, the tension and excitement of the tournament was all but a distant memory. And this room was now a reminder Wolfgang died right under our noses. Is there something off? It seems the same. Right? Talk to me, Mark. Mark had returned to his position by the equipment.
Hi.
Hey, Desmond and Eloise told me you plan to investigate Wolfgang Storm. Grace isn't guarding it anymore. You can go inside now. Let me guess, you don't want to investigate?
It's nothing.
I just came here to make sure my interface wasn't damaged. This investigation could spot the difference between life and death, yet his priority was his stupid music equipment. Don't you think it looks suspicious what you're doing?
What?
I heard people are already giving Grace the side eye for being uncooperative. What might they say if they find out you've ditched the investigation?
Slow down.
Yo, hold on! Jack called out to us from the other side of the room and ran over. Can't you see Broski isn't feeling well? Give the guy some space.
That's not important.
I don't care. I'm working on a time limit. Who are you to talk anyway? Yeah? Judging by the look on Broski's face whenever you guys are together, out of everyone here, I think you know the least about personal space. What? No way! Sure, might not talk a whole lot, but if he wasn't having fun, do you really think we'd be hanging out so much?
Broski's
Come on,
always stick
Broski,
together.
back me up here. Time. Uh-huh. What time did the murder happen?
That's
9:35 a.m.? Oh! Could he maybe track his music? So then he'll like, okay, I started it at, the tournament started at this time, we'll see when it stopped. Check this. He pointed to a small digital clock at the top of the music pad. Huh? This is the time of the murder. Damn! The blackout happened just like that? It was like this when I came back here. I think the clock got screwed over by the blackout. So now it's frozen on whatever it was displaying before it lost power. Then that confirms my suspicions. The blackout and by association the destruction of the generator. Occurred at the time of Wolfgang's murder, but right on the blackout. That is interesting. So... DJ pad clock. Cool, that's very useful. Nice going, bro, you hit the jackpot. Bet it's because I was here with you, huh? Sheesh, this was getting hard to watch. Oh, I low-key love their dynamic. I wonder if they'll actually become real friends or if he's just gonna be this the whole way. So... Okay, what killed a Wolfgang had to have been a setup. And then imagine maybe someone came to the boiler room to check and that's why they ran away. Rather than them coming back from the killing. Ah, shit. Why didn't Tozu fix the blackout himself? Is the maintenance of this place seriously our responsibility?
Not okay.
The fridge and the pantry are restocked every day though. Ugh, can't things just be consistent? Whining aside, he made a good point. Why didn't Tozu fix the blackout? Thinking back on his spiel earlier, sorry. The tablet's information has been divulged in such a way that both the killer and the spotless have an equal chance of success. Yep, he purposely didn't do it. Did Tozu abstain from fixing the blackout because it was important to the killer? They could have easily made their escape if no one could see anything.
Way.
Oh yeah, Damon, since you're here, I've been thinking really hard about those footsteps we heard
come again.
when we were in the storage closet.
No, seriously.
Yeah, they were soft, right? Like the person was wearing socks. Yeah, it wasn't like, shoes.
I see.
Now that you mention it, it did sound like socks on a hard floor. Of all things to be right about, it has to be like this.
Eh?
What do you mean?
Man.
I mean, why didn't the killer just wear shoes? Think about it, the sound of something like heels would be pretty distinct, right? Well, so what about sneakers? They get really squeaky on smooth floor. And
Don't say
what I'm
that.
saying is, you could totally figure out from the shoe. You could totally figure out the shoe from the sound it makes. And if you know what the shoes the killer had on, you could just look for the person with a matching pair. But socks? Anyone can be wearing socks. The person probably removed their shoes for that reason.
This sucks.
Damn, just our luck. That's interesting. Do I talk to you ever? Oh wait, I should be also inspecting the room. Oh, sorry. Alright. How come I can look at the paintings? Still. Let's look at this board. Cassidy had clearly spent a lot of time doodling this. She must be upset that we didn't finish a single round. The first time people have a get-together and they're interrupted by murder. Thinking back on it, the game tournament and the murder happened really close to each other. The former began at 9 AM, while the latter occurred at 9:35 AM. That's within the same hour. Taking another look at the whiteboard. Yeah, I can see why the killer chose to attack so soon. 8 potential witnesses, all situated in one place too, preoccupied with video games, to notice the world around them. There couldn't be a more perfect time to strike. But it also narrows down the people who don't have alibis. Kitchen? Oh, cereal! The dude could smell cereal. May as well skim through the kitchen just in case. Looking inside the cabinets, there didn't seem to be anything out of the ordinary. Except... Aha! The knife! That's right too! This knife block had a knife missing from it. For a kitchen knife to go missing, at the same time a knife is found floating in the boiler room's water. That can't be a coincidence. Click. Eh? Oh my, would you look? Is it trial time? I dare say we ought to get this trial started soon. How does 20 minutes from now sound? Oh! Great, great. Please continue to investigate until then. See you later. Oh, that's interesting. We've never gotten a heads up before. What? There's only 20 minutes until the trial?
Hang on.
Damon. Jeez, how does she keep scaring me? This investigation's almost over. We need to find the other three and hear their testimonies.
That's...
The other three?
As I was saying...
Toshiko, Ingrid, and Diana.
Jeez.
Alright, calm down. Desmond said they were in the courtyard, right? And Diana's in the laundry room. Then let's talk to Diana first, since the laundry room is in the same building. In the meantime, don't panic, okay?
Can't you see?
I'm not panicking. As she said that, she motioned for me to follow to her. Okay. I would not deny it, but the anxiety which has been bubbling up inside her is clearly starting to boil over. Although with how fast my own heart was beating, I guess she's not alone. Is there a timer? Like an actual timer? Like, can I actually run out the timer? That would suck. So, just to be safe, I am running. Run. Is it this way? Ah, fuck, I took the wrong path! I'm wasting time! I hate this! Okay. Alright, if Desmond's telling the truth, then Diana should be in here. Well, the passage of time, and she could have moved. Diana! Venecia! Talk to us! This can't be happening. This can't be happening. Diana was standing with her back pressed up against the wall, arms wrapped around herself in a tight embrace. And wait, someone should be injured. I'm curious, we haven't seen anyone injured yet. She's in even worse shape than before. Diana, I need to ask you a question. Girl, talk to us. Please give me a moment. It's been kind of tough. You've had a lot of, what, let's say half an hour worth of moments. I don't know how long has passed since the investigation started, but
No.
the investigation is going to end really soon. We can't wait. Okay, sorry. Where were you during the blackout? Oh, the blackout, right before the body was discovered. I was just in my room, alone, doing my makeup. You don't have any makeup on now, though. I was experimenting with new combinations, so I wiped it all off already.
I see.
So you were alone in your room the entire morning? Yeah, I just wasn't feeling up to it.
Sorry.
Sorry, I'm feeling a little sick all of a sudden. Do you mind if I go back to my dorm? I've asked all the questions I want to. Thanks. Okay.
So...
Do you think she's acting weird at all?
That's...
Not weirder than the others.
Where?
I hope Ingrid and Toshiko are still in the courtyard. We won't know until we see for ourselves. Okay, she's my second sus. Although it feels too obvious. I don't know. Say for example, if someone was cut, she could have the material to cover that up. Yeah. I don't know. It might be a bit too obvious. She was alone, she has no alibi. And she's kind of acting dismissively. I don't know. But food for thought. Alright, you two. Quickly, cough it up. Toshiko and Ingrid had retreated under the bandstand at the center of the courtyard. The larger girl was comforting the smaller girl, who'd completely hidden her face behind her fan. You mean like what she always does?
Hello?
Hey, have either of you been investigating? Investigating? Toshiko lowered her fan to reveal a pair of puffy eyes.
Unacceptable!
I don't know. What were you expecting me to do?
Seriously?
To look for clues? Clues?
Impossible!
How am I meant to do that? It's not like I've had to solve a murder before, you know. Neither of us have either. My hands have been a bit full, so no luck finding any clues. I can see why.
Moving on.
Okay, well, did you at least notice anything suspicious this morning? It could be a person acting odd, or a strange sound. That's what most real-life testimonies talk about anyway.
Think this through.
A person acting odd. Maybe not at the time, but looking back, it definitely seems a little strange. Do you want to tell him, Toshiko? Okay, fine. This morning, I saw Wolfgang. Whoa! Huh? When did you see him? In the dorm hallway, on my way back from the pharmacy. The dorm hallway? What were you doing at the pharmacy? Just as I was about to enter my room, I saw Wolfgang leave his. When was this? Times. Oh, Wolfgang. What a coincidence, running into each other like this. Are you already on your way to the tournament, Miss Kayura? It's rather early. Of course not. A professional like myself knows better than to attend some silly party. Right, my apologies. Yeah, that's his tie, okay. What about you? Are you going to the tournament? That's correct, I'm going to the tournament. I'm just heading to the laundry room right now. There's a batch of clothes I accidentally left behind in there. Huh.
That's...
Wolfgang said he was going to attend the tournament.
Strange.
Yesterday he told everyone he was too busy to attend.
Hmm.
I assumed he changed his mind. I had no reason to question him. I heard bits and pieces from their conversation from inside my dorm. The whole thing couldn't have lasted longer than a minute.
Bit complicated.
Toshiko and I are bunk buddies, by the way. Thought I'd mention that in case Damon didn't know. Okay, thanks. Anyway, when I heard what Wolfie said, my first thought was leftover clothes. I don't remember any leftover clothes, but I figured I must have been misremembering with my head aching and with my aching head and all.
Huh?
Aching head. I was suffering a terrible headache this morning. Couldn't even see 2 steps in front of me, let alone get up from my bed. That's why I had gone back to the pharmacy. I was hoping to procure some medication for Ingrid. Not my proudest moment, I'll admit, but I know I could trust Toshiko with the job.
So,
Do you know what time the interaction with Wolfgang happened? Past 10. 10 past 8, I think?
how should I put
The
it?
conversation just happened a little after the morning announcement. That I can tell you with confidence. Yes, 10 past would make sense. When the announcement initially played, I was about to leave the pharmacy. Then she was already inside the pharmacy by 8 AM. So Wolfgang, he looked totally fine when you saw him.
Sure.
Yes, nothing seemed awry. Sorry, I never know how to say that word. Huh, doesn't that call into question what Grace told me earlier? Either Grace lied to me about Wolfgang calling in sick, or she was telling the truth. And Wolfgang just got outed as a liar. Ultimate liar! New ultimate liar! I can probably deduce an answer if I know what time Grace left Wolfgang's dorm. If she had left before 10 AM, then she would have already been out of the picture by the time Wolfgang made his move. Hence why she only remembers him in bed. However, if she left after 10 AM, then she would have been there for Wolfgang's encounter with Toshiko, which means she lied about Wolfgang being bedridden during the time period she was in the dorm. Funny how she never gave me a time. Toshiko's fetch quest. What else happened after Toshiko saw Wolfgang? That blackout sure gave us a spook. Toshiko and I decided to stay where we were until the lights turned on, though we didn't watch you and your buddies pass by.
Huh?
You saw that? How did you see that?
How should I put
Heard
it?
it first, then took a peek. I would have said something, but I wasn't feeling my usual self, so we watched you up until you all went down the stairs. That must have been how you found the crime scene, right? Yeah, that's right.
Too much for me.
Such a terrible sight. I can't believe someone here may actually be behind it. Let's just hope we can solve it. Oh dear! It is time! Alright, everyone, that's time! Please drop whatever it is you're doing and proceed over to the Tree of Ignorance. Good thing it's just right in front of us. Don't make me wait too long, otherwise you'll be in for a shocking surprise. Get it? Because your trinket's gonna zap you. Anyway, just gonna move on. It's time. Oh boy. Our first real case. I'm so fucking excited!
Fingers crossed.
You two, go on ahead. Toshiko and I'll catch up.
Listen to me.
Okay, let's go, Damon. Right. I'm so excited! I miss this feeling! I'm about to be humbled good by how dumb I can be. Eva and I made a short trek to the room with the tree. Once there, we waited for the others to arrive. Eventually, everyone had shown up. So, how are you guys feeling?
Beats me.
Words wouldn't do it justice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty bad. I can't tell you how I feel when I didn't even know what I feel. I'd rather we'd save the whole talking for the trial. The trial. In just a few moments' time, we were going to be down there in the trial room, fighting for survival using only our words. Damn it, Damon, get a grip already. This is what I trained for my whole life. Before the door in the tree opens, I need to ask Desmond if he has any new information about the taser gun.
Hi.
Hey. Hey. His voice was steady, but his eyes kept darting around the room. Did you check the taser?
Right.
Right, I did. Any findings? Just one. The gun's blast doors were missing. Oh.
Huh?
Blast... what? Is that like what opens up for the wires to come out?
Eh?
All of a sudden the ground. Oh no, not again! Hold on to something, everyone! Okay, all that rumbling just for a door to open. The Tree of Knowledge, a symbol of sentience, intuition, and understanding. Is this here as only a barren replica? I'm just so excited to get to the trial. Can we get to it now, please? Justly so, for ignorance often aspires to be seen as wisdom. Okay.
Shit.
Well, I guess we gotta cut this conversation short. I'll explain everything during the trial. Let's not keep this goat guy waiting.
Holy!
Oh man, this is really happening. We're so screwed. We're totally gonna die.
It is how
If
it
you go in
is.
expecting to fail, chances are you will.
Game over, man!
I'm gonna think of failure even more because you said that.
Hold your horses.
Look at it this way. Who here are the cards the more stacked against? 14 people working together to solve a murder, or one person trying to lead everyone else astray.
Are we ready?
If anyone's in for a struggle, it ain't the group of 14.
Do you think?
You make a good point. Statistically, the odds are in our favor here.
It'll be okay.
Exactly! Luck will be on our side.
No, it's not.
If luck was on our side, we wouldn't be in a killing game to start with. Can I say something first before we go?
Oh,
Oh, what is it? It's a message for the killer.
what did you say?
A message for the killer? The person here who killed Wolfgang? Whoever you are, can you please step forward? Huh?
I want to help.
We don't have to do this class trial. If you can just find it in yourself to step forward and bring this whole thing to an end already, then please. Despite Diana's pleas, no one came forward. Yeah, no one wants to die.
Come on.
If someone's determined enough to commit murder, they won't back down because of one person's pleas. Worth a try. Since we're on the subject, I also got a message for the killer. And I got a message for my throat and it's water.
Dumbass!
Don't forget the punishment fits the crime, asshole. Enjoy the fucking death penalty. Damn. Grace spat out those words and disappeared into the opening of that tree. I'm like double taking after I said it.
Can I go now?
Consigned.
Slow down.
Yo, broski, wait up! One by one, people began to follow suit. I guess if it's time to go. Woo! We knew the stairs would take us, where the elevator afterwards would deliver us. But beyond that was shrouded in uncertainty. There was no mock trial awaiting us, no false motive deciding to waste our time with a stupid mystery. This was undoubtedly real. Come on, Damon, get yourself together already. Come on, slap yourself. Taking a deep breath, I approached the opening in the tree. Why is my throat like this? I'm so excited! Who's the killer? Who's the killer? My susses are on Desmond and Diana, but for kind of weak reasons. And yet something was different. Someone was gone. Someone who I'd never held in high regard, but who was still a person nonetheless. A person with feelings, a person with aspirations, a person with a family. A person who I will never hear speak again. Not a single word. He will never be a bitch to me again! No, I liked Wolfgang. I kinda liked that he kinda had a bit of back wound, put his foot down, in terms of people he sussed. Am I ready for this? Was what I did during the investigation the best I could have done? Will it be enough to carry me through this trial? Will it be enough to lead me to Wolfgang's killer? I won't know until I do it. Until I face this trial head on. There's no way I can place my faith in the other people here. There's no way they'll come to the correct conclusion. Our survival depends on me. My god, okay. Careful you don't float away with that ego, okay? The elevator began to slow, slapping me back to reality. I adjusted my tie and stood up tall, and when movement stopped completely, damn, he's getting, like, nice and prepped before he dies. The doors in front of us opened.
Rise and shine.
Oh, what the hell? Oh, fuck! Oh, that was a weird bug. Somebody call an ambulance. I think I've caught a case of deja vu. Oh, it's the same trial. It doesn't change. Okay. It feels only like yesterday we were playing detective with the corpse of a crime scene. My, how insouciant and chipper so many of you used to be. I hope I pronounced that right.
How interesting.
After all that back and forth over a simple whodunit. Howdunit, oh that's right, it wasn't a whodunit. Over a simple howdunit mystery, I'm truly curious as to what today's trial will yield.
Yeah.
Just to remind myself, our names are on the podiums, right? Eager to start, are we?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, to find your podium, just look at where your name is written. Come on now, hop to it. I'm so excited I can barely wait a second longer. I really don't want to do this.
Oh, crud.
We gotta do as he says though, otherwise that enforcer lady might get mad. Knowing we were powerless to disobey Tozu, we began to disperse and locate our podiums. There's no death portraits anymore, huh?
Hey,
It's okay, everyone. If we work together, we can do this.
we can't give up.
Right, guys? If we work together, we can solve this case. So come on, let's do this for Wolfgang. I don't know why that just made me suss her even harder. I'm so sorry, Diana. Although her words elicited nods from the other students, the expressions on their faces told a different story. It was an expression I couldn't help but feel conflicted over, in a moment where I should have been focusing on my feelings. An expression of unmistakable fear. We got this! Come on! I'm a veteran. I will lead you all to survival. For days now, I've been angry over the mock trial. Angry at how much people resented me for telling the truth, how they twisted my words and assumed my intentions. No, you can't really blame them for that last part, mate. I'm angry, but that didn't mean I wanted to be right. I would have been happy for reality to prove me wrong, and for no one to buckle under the pressure of the killing game. But for good endings like that only exist in stories. You'd be surprised in the other Danganronpa games. Reality was apathetic to what we wanted, and the events of today proved we were at its mercy. Oh, Wolfgang, huh? So I stood there at my podium, conflicted. To think this tragedy could have been avoided had people just listened to me. But who was it that encouraged everyone to turn on me? The one who died! The one who encouraged everyone to trust each other? If Wolfgang hadn't been so naive, if he just told people to protect themselves rather than each other, then maybe he would still be here. I don't know, man. It could still go either way, you know. Regardless, I can't let myself be consumed with my what-ifs. Although the others may have failed at preventing Wolfgang's murder, I, at the very least, can solve it. As I'll uncover this killer, let them face the consequences of their actions. Damn. He is like... he's accepting the whole fucking penalty, really? I'll solve this case and survive.